In this video, we're going to be taking a look across the crypto market, starting with Bitcoin, moving over to Ethereum, then looking at Ethereum, Bitcoin, jumping over to Litecoin, Chainlink, Link versus Bitcoin. We're going to be looking at Cardano, DOT, and we're going to put it all together to see what's next. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not, welcome back. This is Jordan with Conquer Trading and Investing. We're going to start here with this morning with Bitcoin, continuing our weekend update that I started, that thread on Twitter with yesterday's afternoon update over here. A couple of things to focus in on. Most importantly, Bitcoin continues to consolidate. As Bitcoin consolidates here, we're seeing Ethereum pumping as well as lots of altcoins, signs of a very, very strong and healthy market. That's exactly what we're looking to see at this point of the cycle. Let's focus in on Bitcoin to see what's next. You can see this little bit of support that we had over here at the 3,600 level, 36,000 level. I'm going to go ahead and remove that now. The reason I'm removing it, you can see that currently price is focused on the support over here at 35,000, which was a much bigger level. Still only light support though, but you can see over here where it was resistance, again over here as support tested yesterday. You can see that since price came into that trend line over here, that's what the market's paying attention to. You can see as it broke over here, we've came in for the retest of that trend line, right? So over here, this level over here, I'm gonna remove from my chart to keep my workspace neat and clean. Okay, what we're looking to happen now, we're looking for a resumption off and a test of this trend line over here. This is my base case of what happens next. A breakout of this trend line over here. This is when we're looking for, and of course we need to clear this last bit of swing high over here, but a breakout of this trend line over here, clearing that, then we're looking, or I'm looking for at least, not only a test of the all-time high here on Bitcoin, but for price discovery to begin as we make new all-time highs. Now, what are we looking for where things could turn south on us? Always looking for the downside over here. Well, the main thing that we're looking for in the downside is for this trend line to hold. You can see this trend line since December 10th, price has been respecting. It's been tested multiple times over here, again over here, and here. This trend line is important, and as long as this holds, the bullish structure is strongly in place on Bitcoin. If it breaks at that point, if someone is maybe lightly leveraged into Bitcoin, that's where they might want to consider lightening up on their position until Bitcoin repairs this technical damage. And then at that point, it's a lot safer to go ahead and start taking bigger positions. As long as that holds, though, everything is looking entirely bullish over here. Better. We hold over here at 35,000. This is the support, the last swing low that was put in yesterday, right? As long as that holds and we consolidate between this resistance here and that support here, entirely bullish. Looking next for a test. Now, when I say looking next, I mean now that we've broken above this trend line over here and have come in for that retest, looking for price to resume off it, start making higher highs, and then coming to that resistance over there. Why this is happening, and why I say why this is happening, Bitcoin is consolidating. After this huge move up where Bitcoin has doubled in price in less than a month, to see this type of consolidation right now is super healthy over here on Bitcoin. However, it's even healthier the fact that we're seeing alts pump while Bitcoin is consolidating. Now you can see right now in this moment, we're going to start with Ethereum. After Ethereum, I'm going to move over to Ethereum Bitcoin, and then we'll get into Litecoin, we'll get into Chainlink, we'll get into Cardano, and then DOT. First over here on Ethereum, you can see that why Bitcoin is consolidating. Ethereum is also right here into that last bit of resistance knocking on the door. Ethereum has come into that last bit of local support over here and has then made a higher swing high into this area of last bit of resistance. I say last bit of resistance because if Ethereum is able to get above this resistance over here, at that point, it's looking at challenging the yearly high, and then not only the yearly high, that would take us into new all-time highs on Ethereum. That will take us into price discovery on Ethereum, and from where it goes or how fast it goes. This is the point in the cycle. Brandon did a very good job about 6 weeks ago pointing this out to us. This is the point in the cycle where Ethereum really starts to pump, and against Bitcoin. That's why we've been looking at Ethereum, Bitcoin. I'm going to line that up for you right now. I'm going to zoom out on the larger time frame over here with you. You notice that we started tracking over here the all-time high on Ethereum. Then over here, this high over here in August of 2020. Again, we touched that level in November of 2020 and have since now broken out of that long trend line break over here. You can see here on the 3-day, after breaking out, we've come into that support line over here. This is the trend line support, that horizontal support, are now resuming off of there. Not only that, we are breaking above the resistance. I'm going to come down to the 8-hour time frame first, because this earlier in the week is where we were tracking this on Thursday. I pointed out Thursday morning during the live stream. That looked like a beautiful entry over here on Ethereum, Bitcoin as we came into this support, and we're resuming off of it right over here. Right? Since what's happened, look what happened. We came into that trend line. You all should be very familiar with this type of behavior right now. We came into that trend line, backed off it, and now have broken out above there and this resistance. Very bullish here on Ethereum, Bitcoin. I'm going to move this over to support right now. Now we need to wait and see if this closes on the daily time frame above here. But nevertheless, very bullish price action we're seeing. Would it make sense? Would it be normal right now after you're seeing Ethereum up 6.5% right now? Bitcoin basically unchanged on the day, slightly positive. Would it make sense to see Bitcoin start gaining a little against Ethereum over here? Sure. That might take us down into this broken resistance to see if we flip that into support. This would be conquering the markets all day. This would be the next entry to look for over here on Ethereum, Bitcoin. If next time we consolidate, right, or come back in and retest this broken resistance and resume off of it, that will be the next possible entry on Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's a good one we've been lining up and looking for, right? Set up off of that trend line over here. The retest, again, we had an entry over here on Thursday. This would be the next entry to look for on Ethereum, Bitcoin. So very positive to be seeing this type of price action occur in the cryptocurrency market. Litecoin over here also, it's lagging a little bit. I'm going to come down to the 2-hour. Okay, but you can see what's happening here on Litecoin. I have this little trend line over here, right? And you can see that price also has broken above it and is coming in for that retest. As long as that little support over here at 144 holds, right? So as soon as you start making higher highs over here, you could even be long here right now on Litecoin. Notice I'm on the 2-hour this weekend over here. This is a good entry to be looking. You know where your stop loss is. You're getting out. The most important thing about trading as you enter any trade is make sure first you know where your stop loss is. Make sure that your position size is set off from the distance of your stop loss and your risk per trade. If you're doing that, you're way ahead of the game. Next, let's move over to Chainlink. Chainlink over here continues to here. Well, this is beautiful. Let me go to a bigger time frame over here, 3-day, so you can see Chainlink over here at new all-time highs over here. Let me come down to the 8-hour to set this up for you. Okay, let me set this up for you. You can see over here, this was our last bit of resistance we were looking at. Price has since come in, tested that, resumed off. I'm going to come now to the 2-hour time frame. The reason I'm on the 2-hour time frame, this is like trading the 8-hour on any other instrument right now. Obviously, we all know that not only Bitcoin, but all of cryptocurrencies, things tend to unfold at a lot quicker pace than on other instruments. Right now, as we're seeing the cryptocurrency completely in play, it makes sense focusing here on these smaller time frames right now. You could see over here what happened. You could see I had that little trend line again set up over here above that broken resistance, confirming that as support. Price broke out. You could take breakouts on cryptocurrencies, but it did come in for that retest and now is resuming off right over there. It already put up a new leg in, and you can see price consolidating right now. This is setting up the next bit of entry on Chainlink over here if it's able to break out of this bull flag right now. What about Chainlink and Bitcoin over here? I just want to notice that the only reason I have this chart up right here right now is you could get a sense that Altseason right here is starting to really go into prime season as you're seeing cryptocurrencies break out versus Bitcoin. Chainlink, one of them right now. Is it too soon? Am I too preemptive in calling Altseason? I don't think so. I've been pretty consistent in the fact that I do believe we're going to see Altseason. I said very clearly, if by the end of February we don't see it, at that point I would reevaluate. Everything here seems to be right on time. One of the reasons for Altseason, by the way, one of the reasons for Altseason is that over here right now, as Bitcoin is trading at, close to $37,000, $40,000, people see that Bitcoin is making new all-time highs again. They feel like they missed out on Bitcoin, that they should have bought it years ago or below 10,000. They don't understand that Bitcoin is cheap right now, and therefore they want to speculate on cheaper altcoins, figuring that they can make more money on them. Hence, Altseason, right? It's all around speculation. That's why Altseason occurs. It's occurring right now as more and more people are drawn into the cryptocurrency market. It's the very, very, very beginnings of it. It's going to go, in my opinion, at least for the next 9 or 10 months. This is the time that you really want to be putting your work in and here for the opportunity. Let's move over to Cardano over here. You can see Cardano has broken out of this long downward sloping channel over here and has made its next leg up. When I have these sketches in on any type of instrument, when I have these type of sketches in, that's a rough sketch. I'm not really focused in on trading that. When I have a trend line in like this, that's when I'm focused in on precision. So you could see what happened. I'm going to correct myself. Okay. What I could see that the market is doing, right? I could see that the market broke out of here and came in. Let me come over to here. Came out of here and came in for that retest and resumed off of it. My sketch is way off. Let's make sure that we have this correct over here. What I'm going to do is connect this point over here, not the top of the wick. I'm all focused on the bodies, and I'm coming off. Price broke above there. You could see right over here where the bottom of the candles were making that. Then we had a touch into over here, and then over here, here, and here. That's what the market's focused in on, right? My rough sketch was completely off. That's fine. I only want to be correct. I don't need to be right. Okay, so over here you can see what's occurring right now. And then, by the way, let's go into this a little further. Let's watch Cardano over here. Let me go ahead and clone this line over here, right? And then you can see off the top of the wick, off the top of that resistance over there. Again, we came up into that resistance. And then again, over here into that both those lines belong there. Notice how you always clone the lines. The market is always showing symmetry over here. And you can see what happened. And of course, this is the prime trend line, the one that's more important. We could go ahead and make this one a little lighter over here, showing you a little bit of my art, of my skills, and how I do it. And you can see that the market came up, confirmed this broken resistance as support, as it did over here, right? Again, came up, another confirmation, right? Another confirmation. Finally, after taking out this little swing high over here, we're now on the way up again. What does that mean? Two things right now if you're looking to get into Cardano. This is Cardano US dollar over here, perpetual futures on Binance. Now, listen, you have two options over here right now in Altseason. You could either be trying to attack altcoins versus Bitcoin, or you could be trying to attack altcoins versus the US dollar, right? Either which one. They both offer opportunity. If you're under the belief that Bitcoin, this cycle is a little bit different because of the institutional involvement, that Bitcoin is going to actually outperform alts. If you believe that, then maybe you want to be focused on trading altcoins versus US dollar. If you believe that we're going to see alts appreciate versus Bitcoin, and then you want to focus on alts versus Bitcoin, or both, because there's always opportunity. The more instruments that you're looking at, the more chances for the setup that you want are there, the more waves you have to distinguish which ones you want to ride. And I like looking across the board. I like looking for what's clear and attractive for me. Right now we see this, right, bull flag developing over here on Cardano. Very, very bullish. Obviously an extension out should set off the next leg. By the way, a pullback over here at this little high. Let me pull this down over here just a little bit, right over there. Focusing and follow my mouse. I'm just focused in on this area over here. Any pullback into this area over here of this support outside of that bull flag holding, extremely bullish. A resumption off of there is where you'd want to attack. So on Cardano, you're either looking for a pullback into that area. If it holds, resumes off, that's the place to look for a long, or a breakout outside of that bull flag would be the other area to look for on Cardano. DOT, I'm just going to focus in on here, DOT versus Bitcoin. I'm not going to look for a setup right now because it's up 32% right now as we speak. You do not want to be chasing after any pops on altcoins like this. That's where you want to take profit. Look at this. Let's review this really quick. It's not just on DOT Bitcoin. This is across the board over here. When you see this type of price behavior where price shoots up, That's generally when you want to take profit, wait for it to consolidate, and if it breaks out again, get back involved. You can see the rhythm over here. You have these big pops and then consolidation and then further pops. You do not want to be buying after the pop, because you might not, if you buy after the pop, you might not get a consolidation. You might get a big retrace. You're going to get burnt. All right. So you could wait for, right now that we've popped, we're going to wait for some type of consolidation to form over here, right? Before you look to get into Bitcoin. If you're saying, Jordan, I really see what's happening over here. I see that ever since that trend line break over here. Big shout out to Alan pointing this one out to us, or at least to myself over here. You could see that trend line break over here. We've seen this across the markets. Specifically in this video, lots of things should be starting to make sense to you right now. You should see patterns that happening unfold over and over again over here. And now it's just a question of how to go ahead and have the proper risk management per trade, and then how you manage your trades, right? That's what it's all about over here. But you can see over here on the 3-day, you can see the breakout into that resistance, the retest of the broken trend line, and there was the entry that we looked at, the resumption over here. You might think, or I think, that DOT is going to go to new all-time highs eventually versus Bitcoin, but you would not buy here right now. You can see that we're into some resistance right over here where my mouse is. Look at this touch over here. That was confirmed as support. After that broke, that was then resistance. That's where we're into right now. You don't buy into resistance ever. You have to wait for this to consolidate. You have to wait for this to reset in an uptrend, and this is clearly in an uptrend right now. You want to buy off support. All right, let me come down to the 8-hour right now. We could focus there. I'll even stay on the 2-hour. 2-hour is where you want to be focusing and attacking right now on not only Bitcoin, all altcoins across the board. I just want to show you on Litecoin really quick, just to give you another example of seeing this type of behavior where you see the consolidation, the move up, consolidation, the move up, consolidation, the move up, move up. Consolidation, here's where you don't want to get burnt. This is why you don't buy into it. Look, you could have this type of behavior. This, by the way, is completely healthy to see that sell-off. Could that be about to occur on something like Bitcoin, which has been pumping very, very high and hard? Of course it can. You could come all the way back down to the support down over here. That would be entirely healthy. You don't want to buy up here into that resistance. You want to protect yourself. Let me come back to link over here. After that, price recovered, right? Then consolidated, and then started its next journey up over here. And again, here's another dump, right? This is what I don't want people right now to get hurt on in something like Bitcoin over there, as it's in resistance, and then price comes off really hard. This is healthy price action right now. Price can't keep going straight up vertically to see these type of moves, and then a pullback over here, consolidation. It's all very, very, very healthy. But don't get burnt in it. You got to trade smart. All right, everyone. This is our weekend update over here. Just keeping everyone really on the right side of the market here as things are unfolding quickly. Want to make sure I continue to make sure everyone's on the right side of Bitcoin over here, as well as the market in general. There are lots of opportunities now. Now's when we're really going to get focused in being able to take advantage of them. Have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon.